So a mortgage capacity report is a legal document prepared by a whole-of-market mortgage broker, and it basically tells you for court use what your maximum borrowing capacity is. Now, courts tend to use this to establish a fair settlement, because ultimately what courts want is they want to leave both parties following a divorce in a similar sort of living standards. So by determining your maximum loan sum, they can determine what sort of purchase you can then buy, what property you can buy, and go from there. So you've got three different types of mortgage capacity report. You've got a single, a joint, and a nil capacity report. The single report is fairly self-explanatory. It's where there's one client, one applicant, one report, and in those reports we'll be able to establish your maximum loan sum from a whole of market range of lenders in the UK, and also give you a costing illustration of, as I say, the lender that's most suitable for you in terms of your monthly mortgage payments, your term, etc. That will all be detailed in an illustration. There'll also be an expert section where we give our own assessment about your own mortgage capacity, and it's a very comprehensive report. That's a single capacity report. A joint capacity report is literally that same information, but twice over. It's for two applicants, or two clients. So if you've got a situation where yourself and your ex-partner both need to have a capacity report, we'll then produce it on a joint basis, but we'll give it to you separately. So that's a joint capacity report. There may be situations where you do want both of those sets of information on the same report. Just let us know and we can prepare that as you like. And then finally, you've got the nil capacity report. So a nil mortgage capacity report is where you've got no mortgage capacity at all. So your maximum loan sum with all lenders in the UK is zero. And there might be a good reason for this. You may have a very high debt to income ratio. You may have just gone self-employed. Lenders normally need at least 2 years of self-employed books to accept that as income, or you might have significant adverse credit. So fortunately, mortgage capacity reports, they're not regulated by the FCA. We have to write up our reports as honestly as possible, but for this, all we actually need is a signed fact find from yourself. So if you inquire with us for a mortgage capacity report, what we'll do is we'll set you up on our client profile system and you'll complete a fact find for us. You can do that at your own leisure. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your laptop, wherever, that's totally fine. And it normally takes 15 to 20 minutes to complete. Now, the information specifically that you need to provide is normally personal details like your income, financial commitments, adverse credit position, how long you've worked in the job and all these things. Expenditure, your monthly expenditure is really important, but also what your expenditure is likely to be following the divorce. That's what's super important, and that's normally what the courts want to know, because ultimately they're basing this on your future circumstances rather than right now. So we don't normally need to have documentation from you in terms of income proof, ID or address. If you can provide this, we do ask for it. If you can provide it, that's fantastic. But if not, that signed fact find that we get from you, that's a declaration of truth from you that the information that you're giving us is accurate. So mortgage capacity reports, they have to be produced by a whole of market authorized mortgage broker. Gone are the days where you could go to your bank and get a maximum loan sum from them for your mortgage capacity report. You used to be able to do that, but now the courts want to know from the whole of market what your maximum borrowing capacity is and what your likely monthly payments are going to be. So it would be one of my team here at Boon Brokers, one of the regulated advisors, would prepare the whole report for you and get it all done. So there are three different reports and we charge differently for all three. You've got the nil capacity report. For that we charge £149.99. That's our cheapest report that we offer. And the reason why it's fairly cheap is because it doesn't take us that long to produce for you. So when we've gathered your information, at that point, your fact find will run through our mortgage capacity report system, and that will then indicate to us if you have capacity or not. And if you clearly don't, then after that, producing the report is fairly quick. So for that, we charge £149.99. If you do have capacity though, it then means we have to go to all of the lenders individually and research them and produce a very comprehensive report. It takes about 3 or 4 times the effort to produce and time to produce these reports compared to the nil capacity reports. But for that, we only charge roughly twice the price. So we charge £299.99 for a single report. And if you're coming to us for a joint report, For that we charge £499.99. So even though we're effectively doing 2 lots of single reports where you'd expect us to charge £600, you're saving effectively £100 by going for the joint capacity report instead. So at the moment, we're proud to say that we're working on a 1 working day turnaround time for these reports from the point that our invoice is paid and the fact find is signed. So as I say, we'll largely work on your timescales. So when we set you up on our client profile system, if you then take a week or 2 weeks to complete the fact find, obviously we can't do a 1 working day turnaround time on that basis, but it's from the point that you complete the fact find and when the invoice is paid, that's when we can get to work. So for further information, read the blog below, and if you'd like mortgage advice, which is fee-free and whole of market, submit an inquiry on our website and we'd be more than happy to help.